Hey guys, Huzz here bringing you another video and welcome to another Challenger Spectates. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We're actually focusing on bot lane of all places because this intrigued the hell out of me. This is actually bot lane Jayce. And I've been thinking for a while that with all the meta that's been happening and, you know, mages going bot lane and everything like that, why hasn't Jayce been bot lane? He's got, obviously, range capabilities, so he's not screwed being a melee champion. Like, a lot of people play Yasuo bot lane now, but he can get denied quite easily. Jayce can't. He does have an AD carry aspect to him, but he's got a all-in aspect to, like, blow up an AD carry. So this is something that's really interesting to me. So also, we're going and we're kind of looking at S04 upset, which is the AD carry to Shulker, a LCS pro team. Don't know what just happened here, but let's give it a watch because it's worth seeing. So they go for an invade. Karthus bullies the Sejuani away. Then the Zilean is the next challenger. He's just taking a lot of damage. 2 flashes. They kill the Zilean, but now they are incredibly deep. You can see on the minimap that the Tam Kench isn't coming over here. But, like, look at this. It's crazy what's going on. Zed, obviously, is not known for his level 1 prowess. Riven has accepted her fate. Zed is now running into the middle of all 5. Jayce is now in the mix. Ignite comes down. Zed goes down to the Draven. The Sion looks like he's going to survive. Karthus in the middle of the team fight. He dies now, too. Draven to the double kill. Holy moly, this game's crazy. Jayce looking for a little sneaky. He gets the little kill right at the end. He's now going for the all-in. Alistar goes for the all-in jump. And then Jayce kills himself. Holy moly. Again, whenever I do these Challenger Spectates, I know the outcome, but I don't know how it happened. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. Wow, okay. So, a couple things worth noting. Jayce already straight into the bot lane. He's run teleport this game, where obviously Draven's gone heal. Draven got himself a double kill, and one thing we can point out straight away is that double kill is pointless right now. Why? Draven hasn't gone back to buy. So this gold lead that you can clearly see, it's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant right now. So Draven overstays, obviously summoners were used, and Tam takes it, probably could have given that to the Jayce. But yeah, Draven just died. Don't know where the Alistar is, by the way, but that was a little bit cocky. There's the Alistar. A little bit cocky from the Draven, not using his gold, and then not expecting an all-in, because again, they knew he didn't have heal. He flashed, but it wasn't enough. So yeah, this game's crazy so far. So the only thing I'd say that was a small mistake there was the Tam probably could have given that to the Jayce, because obviously Jayce has got speed up capabilities when he changes form, and Draven already used flash and heal. So that's the only thing I'd say. It's not a big deal, but that makes the lane, if you look at the AD carry gold, still in the advantage of Draven because the double kill. But that helps quite a bit, obviously. Tam Kench and Jayce pretty much equal in gold. Right now in the bot lane, which is also kind of funny. Riven just died again, I believe, to the Sion. But yeah, this game's nuts. So mid lane is a Zed Zilean lane. Again, that is, you'd probably call it a skill matchup, but it is supposedly favored to a Zilean. Because obviously the innate counter of you're going to all-in me with your ult, and I'm going to ult and survive and revive. Alistar mucked up his combo, which is a bit weird to see. Jayce going for the all-in, gets a big combo off, and then remember, he's actually gone electrocute Jayce. Alistar's been eaten while getting auto-attacked a bunch by the Draven. He will go down. It was Jayce versus Draven. This probably is advantage Draven right now. Karthus jungle, by the way, doing a little bit of farming, and now there potentially could be another all-in on the Draven. Karthus just needs to get there. Draven has accepted he's going to die. He's just going to try and go all-in on the Jayce. Right now, Jayce should just be smart, keep from range, try to help, maybe go for the all-in at the end. A little bit sloppy, actually. He didn't finish off the kill. I think the Jayce expected him to. But there you go. Once again, another dead Draven. I think Draven did end up getting the kill on Tam, but this lane's nuts. Again, this is Challenger on EU West. There's pros scattered in this game. And it's a fiesta. And this is why I've always said to people, be really careful with comparing pro... Oh, now there's a gank. Tam needs to eat the Jayce and run. Eat the Jayce and run a little bit, and completely fine. That's what I dislike about Tam. But yeah, like this is why I say be careful when you're comparing competitors to solo queue. If you're watching LCS, do you think this type of game would happen? The answer is no. But this game, even in Challenger, is quite common. And obviously, the guy upset, obviously, yes, he's a pro, but he's at the moment top 10 Challenger on EU West. So everybody in this game is likely also very close to that, you know, area too. Again, I'm not very up to my pros, I'll admit, so I don't know if this is a pro. XL, I think that's a pro team, but again, I'm not sure. But that could be another pro. But yeah, Riven is now 0-3, by the way. Zed and Zilean are just farming, which you could argue goes to the favor of a Zilean. Also, it's an Infernal Dragon, and what is... Oh, Tankage gets engaged on. He's only level 2 right now, gets completely obliterated. There seems to be a lack of attention going on a little bit in this lane in general. Which, again, does happen in Challenger, and that's why I love doing this series. When we get to learn things, and obviously this is a new pick, Jayce bot lane, but also, you're seeing this Tam Kench just making kind of weird mistakes. You're seeing a Riven in top lane 0-3 at 5 minutes. Like, it's nuts. Alright, all in. Oh my! Alistar completely missed! Karthus is all-inning the Draven. Jayce gets that kill. Draven nearly uses his heal. And Draven's going to die here. He doesn't have flash. Jayce, low mana though. He's just got to Q him and then probably swap to cannon form. After that auto attack, swap to it. And there you go. This lane is crazy. Again, look at the farm. The farm is so low for a Challenger game. And that's also, again, what I like doing is sometimes... It's always good for me to say lessons in my commentaries, but until you actually get to see the evidence behind it, sometimes they're just empty words. When people have asked me in the past, Huz, what is a good farm to be at 10 minutes? Some people will tell you. Some people are like, oh, it's this amount. It's a rubbish thing to say to people because it's irrelevant, because every single game of League is different. In this game, do you think these people are caring about what farm they get at 10 minutes? No, because it's not that type of game, yet this is a Challenger game. Like, that's the point. All in happening over in the river. Looks to be advantage my team. Regen happening. Karthus ult coming down. They should not go for that target because they know he's dead. They should focus on the Shyvana with the doubles. Hopefully a good ep by the Tam. Keeps the Zed alive. And there you go. Really good advantage for the blue team. And also, look, they're teammates. I just noticed. XL. So these guys are actually teammates on the same pro team or whatever. But they're laning against each other. That's kind of funny. Jayce gets some nice damage down. His item build, interesting. So he's got standard components, which is probably going to be for the dark... not dark. What's it called? You know, the proc item. Lethality proc item. I've gone blank. But what is the Fairy Charm being used for? That's what I'm interested in. Now, there are certain components that you'll see that people buy just for lane phase. You could argue it's a bit of waste of gold. All in, coming in. Jayce gets completely bombarded. Tam Kench doesn't eat the Jayce for some reason. He did have it available, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had Devour available, but he just didn't use it. This lane's crazy. So again, Jayce in bot lane right now, it seems a bit weird. He's got teleport. They are all-inning him. Tam Kench does look like he's dead again. If I would say right now, Jayce shouldn't teleport because they'll just all-in. Alistar just ding 6. He's got ult available, so don't teleport for that. But wow, this bot lane. So what you're seeing is a conventional bot lane. A Draven Alistar. Very good solo queue bot lane, high aggression level. Alistar gives the engage that the Draven needs. And, you know, can you focus a Draven when you've got an Alistar on top of you? It's hard. So it's a very solid lane. And then you've got this lane, which, again, in theory, what I think this lane is going for is the Jayce all in. If he gets in trouble, the Tam Kench should be able to eat the Jayce and run away. But we're not seeing that come to light. No, not all the time. We've seen it a couple bits and pieces here and there. But the problem that we're facing for the Jayce is that, yes, he needs to all in. He's got that burst that like a Draven doesn't. But Alistar is really good at dealing with engage. Alistar's a great counter-engage champion. You know, you engage, he CCs you, and boom. So this lane's a really interesting dynamic lane that both teams can win. There are counters on both sides, but you've got the Draven obviously getting very fed, and the Jayce is getting quite strong too. Zed killing the Zilean is also really interesting. Again, I think both of these two are pros. This could be the mid laner. This could be a support maybe because they're playing Zilean. I'm not sure. But yeah, generally the way that you'll see... Whoa! The Alistar mucked up again. Shyvana coming in. Karthus making his way down the river. They probably could fight this if they wanted to all in. They are taking some minion damage. They're focusing the Tam. Draven comes back though. Alistar's changed on the target. Karthus is now here. Jayce needs to help again because Shyvana goes through the flash play. Wow, the damage from Shyvana. Is she going AP? It is AP Shyvana, so that's a lot of damage. And they do decide back off, and Karthus doesn't finish anybody. Woo, man. So yeah, it's AP Shyvana. I will say, with up Iron to Diamond coming up, we will be playing some AP Shyvana. I've played it a little bit when we were leveling the account. It is so much fun. And it's actually not bad. You know, some people will think, oh, AP Shyvana, you're trolling. Nope. It's legit. It's really good because you can just one-shot people, like, and her dueling isn't even bad. All right, so teleport was questionable. Tahm Kench is nearby again. This is what we need. The devour. Then you can back off, and then you can re-engage with the range. That's what this lane should be. But oh my god, the Draven damage is popping off. Jayce potentially could look for an EQ. Boom! A lot of damage. He shouldn't go for the all-in because the Alistar, like we mentioned, is really good against the engage. Jayce Q's in. Alistar just presses Q. Like, boom. Instant counter right there. Tower's being taken, demolished. They use heal to try and chase down the Jayce. They are potentially overstaying here. They should be on the same target, though. There's the all-in. Again, I'm guessing the Draven misused his heal. Potentially, because that was a weird time. I know they maybe used it to get the speed up to get to the Jayce, but they were really far away. So that was a bit questionable. Again, this lane is a fiesta. Completely. Again, they might have wanted to go all in. Yeah, no, Draven got the kill, so that point would be irrelevant. Worth noting that, you know, a few minutes ago, the Karthus picked up the Infernal by himself. And also, tower-wise, is that with all this lane, the blue team still has tower advantage, which is kind of crazy. I'm not sure they're going to be able to kill it because the bot lane, enemy bot lane is still here. They might go for it with Karthus. Obviously, Karthus not known for his auto attacks. Jayce should be auto attacking this right now. And does look like they are going to get it. Mid lane, Zilean gets a kill on the Zed, which is really good for Zilean. And then in top lane, Riven gets tower dove, and she is now dead. Now completed item for Shyvana, which means her damage is going to be a lot. If you're wondering where the damage comes from, all in potentially happening. Tahm Kench out of position again. That damage from Karthus, though. Draven gets exploded. Hopefully they will be able to survive. Tahm Kench very low. Just run away, my friend. There you go. Holy moly. This is a fun game to watch. Oh, Karthus ult coming down. Oh, he got Zilean. Okay. So he was ulting for Zilean, but then Zilean still had ultimate. So, again, that's where communication would be good. Before Karthus presses ult, it's, hey, Zed, does Zilean still have ult? But obviously, this is a solo queue environment, and it's not always going to be good in communication. Riven trying to get a 2v1. She does have flash. Whoa, Sion. Boom, 1 kill. Boom, 2 kill. She's probably dead, but that is worth it for Riven. That gets her up to like 2 and 5. Yeah, it's worth it. She actually now has a bounty, surprisingly. But how did she have a bounty after she died? I don't know. Alright, mid lane is the next target now. Tahm Kench is ulting. They're going for the Alistar in the river. They have to be careful, but there is a Draven visible down here, so they don't have to be too careful. So this is just another free kill. And boom. Killing spree for the Jayce. You'll also notice that I was mentioning the point a long time ago, and I didn't complete the point. Some items people buy as components and they don't end up finishing the item. The rejuve bead is quite common for that. Draven is getting caught by the Jayce. There's the burst damage, and he manages to survive with flashing. Wait, no, he didn't even flash. That was a Jayce E. A Jayce melee E smacked him over the wall, which I didn't even know was... you know, I didn't even know it could do that high, but anyway, it did. But yeah, he sold his Fairy Charm. So you notice he did have a Fairy Charm at one point. That's gone. The reason why people do that is it gives them a stronger lane phase, and for the gold invested, you get a lot of stats. So I think Fairy Charm is 25% mana regen. That can go quite a long way, especially Jayce as a champion. Yes, he does have an inbuilt mana regen. For those that don't know, when you're in hammer form and you auto-attack minions, you actually get mana back for every single auto-attack. But normally that would be a thing in top lane or mid lane that you can do when you're a little bit safer. But in this lane, in bot lane, he can't really do that because if he's in melee range, he'll just get engaged on by an Alistar. So that's probably why he invested in it. Another all-in happening. They do end up killing the Sion, but Karthus does go down too. Draven and Zilean in mid lane. Potentially a snipe. Boom. A little bit lazy there. There's the engage that we spoke about. You know, Jayce wants to go in. Alistar just stops him in his clear tracks. Have to be careful for a flash play. He does just avoid it. Tahm Kench is probably dead. Okay, he survives with the flash. He gets ignited, so that's a good use. Misses the explosion damage from the Jayce EQ combo. And so far, it's now calm. This game is popping off. Potentially a kill opportunity in mid lane if there was any backup, or if there is Karthus ult available. So they could go for an all-in if they're confident. But again, that engage just gets stopped completely by the Alistar. Shyvana gets another kill on the Riven. This Riven has been struggling this game. There was a potential all-in potential. Here we go. Zed coming in. Will he just get bunched away by the Alistar? No, yes he does. But he will be dead because Karthus ultimate any second. But they're probably dead by Ignite. There you go. You can see Teamfight spamming the ultimate even though the Draven was dead from the Ignite. How clean, also just to mention, I'm a Jayce player, but the cleanness of the combos that this upset is doing, very nice. Okay, too slow reaction timing by the Zilean. Never mind, he didn't have ult, so that was just normal reaction time. Karthus ult comes down, manages to pick up the Shyvana by himself, and they do manage to get the mid lane tower straight away. So I'll say, I wanted to do this one because the bot lane Jayce interested me. Do I think, you know, from this lesson and why that I was interested in it is, am I going to play Jayce bot? Like, do I think it's a good thing? And the answer to it is, I do see potential in it, but in all the lanes that I can think of that could deal with it well, it actually would be something like a Draven Alistar. Because like we've been mentioning the point of Jayce wants to occasionally use his burst that an AD carry isn't used to receiving in bot lane. But he can't really do that against an Alistar. It's very hard to do. If this Jayce and Tam were against, for example, I don't know, a Varus Nami, oh my god, I think they would crush. I think Jayce and Tam would crush that lane. Or, you know, anything like that. Sign in the bot lane, clear visibility there. Or, you know, even like, I don't think a Vayne would deal very well with this. Like, this, even though Jayce is not known as a pure laning champion, Engage coming out does get a little bit baited by the Alistar. He flashes the Alistar W, though, nicely timed, and he does manage to survive. 4 enemies in the bot lane, by the way, right now. You can see Zilean just over here. Getting a little bit caught out, but he probably is going to survive with his ultimate. There potentially is an opportunity if the team comes in time and they do get comboed. Jayce now in the mix, which he does not want to be. He is now dead. Tamken's probably going to die as well. That is also the shutdown. Not shutdown, that is the whatever they call the Draven passive. Encore, maybe? Is it called Encore? I can't remember. Passives, unfortunately, don't show down here for some reason. Shyvana playing with the Karthus. Karthus doesn't have ult up, so she will just get away. But notice how both of the solo laners are just pushing into the base. Not sure, will Zed get this? Find out now in literally a couple seconds. Feel free to pause the video and comment, yes, he's going to get it. Well, that's really good. 17 minutes and he's opened up the base. And again, this is sometimes where people always also say, is it worth to roam? A lot of the time, roaming's a good thing. But other times, nope. Like, yes, he just died, but the pressure of having that open now is such a big advantage for blue team. Like, that's huge. Like, if that happens again, that the enemy team get distracted, the Zed stays mid lane, that's an inhibitor. Like, that's a big, big, big deal. Jayce looking for an all-in, does a lot of damage to Shyvana. She is very quick. Jayce going to continue running, but into no vision, by the way. Oh, Shyvana just manages to survive on tiny little bit of health. These guys are still running, which is very ballsy because they've got no vision. There's no Draven on the map. He just goes all in. I like the aggression. And he doesn't get punished for it. Again, aggression is always good until you get punished for it. And then obviously that's a bad thing. And he didn't. That's great. Again, if Draven was just around the corner, which you can see he's in mid lane, so he was nearby. But yeah, that was awesome. Again, the only thing when you're doing commentaries, we don't know the mind of this player. Is that we don't know what this guy is thinking right now. Teleport play by the Tamken's a little bit questionable. I don't really know what that was about. Shyvana jumping in. Tamken's just blew up. Jayce is now caught up, but Karthus is now here to party. Sion coming in. They're just going to be a little bit patient. I'm surprised actually Jayce didn't go in on melee on this Sion there. Riven trying to play with the Draven. Oh, he just managed to survive for now. There's the knockup that I was talking about. That's a really nice counter to Sion. And Riven has found a Draven and manages to kill him. So overall, really good. If you actually notice, the Karthus there is just doing a lot of damage in general with his E. But he is landing quite a lot of his Qs. But that's the one thing about Karthus that I'd say is a little bit too strong right now. The interaction with Dark Harvest makes it so that even if you're missing your Qs, Dark Harvest will proc off your E. So you're still going to be doing a lot of damage, and that's why it's so strong. Alistar overcommits to what he probably should. And surprisingly, they actually don't go for the mid lane inhib. You can see a Dark Harvest stack by Shyvana there. Jayce, very questionable play. Don't know why he did that. He could have just run and completely be safe. And that was 700 gold just given for that play. Eventually, Rift Herald has just been used. Most likely, it was just about to run out. And they're probably using it bot lane to get distraction in bot lane to then potentially make a Baron play, question mark. It wouldn't surprise me if you see the Zed stay bot lane with the Rift Herald to basically potentially kill whoever's going for it. Tankage gets caught again, but this is not a bad situation for this team. Damn, he had to use ultimate there, but really clean Zed play. Does get himself stunned, though. He is going to die with the Shyvana. Boom, boom, badoo. But this is the Baron play that we spoke about. Rift Herald is distracted by, or Sion is distracted by the Rift Herald. A mid lane play happens. Shyvana's got not the foggy. What's happening? And these two are just soloing Baron. We'll say something that I wish that was a thing in League. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I potentially think Baron is either too easy to kill nowadays, or it spawns too early. That's the damage. I want to just show that again. So for those that may even doubt AP Shyvana, watch. So full health Jace. She hits 1 E, maybe a couple auto attacks. She is nearly dead. He's half health. Dead. Yep. AP Shyvana. And again, what you have to think is she's not bad in trading, in duels, but her team fight is insane. Because that E is not, like, Riot didn't design that champion to be AP, so the E is just designed to be, like, a big slow in team fights. But because of how good it is with AP, it is a monster in team fights. Sion now overextends. He's trying to get a clear path to then ult away. He goes straight into a tower. That's literally the equivalent of running away and then hitting a street lamp because you're not looking at it. He should manage to survive. Zed's coming in. Really clean by this Zed. Again, I'm pretty sure these are pros. And one thing I will say, we're going to do an episode. Again, the new season's just around the corner, so our next challenge to spectate maybe in a week or two, because obviously we've got the placements of Iron to Diamond and Climb to Master to do, so that's going to keep us busy for the next week or two. But the next challenge to spectate that I might do Zed. Because one thing that I've been noticing of good Zeds is the timing of the E with the W. It kind of looks that the half the time when they're actually using their EW combo, it looks like they press E before they actually take the Shadow W. It's what it looks like. And, you know, I'd love to break it down, but, you know, we're not focusing on it this game. Tam, once again, gets himself in a tricky situation. This guy has died quite a lot. And this is the inhibitor that should be the target. Jace and Zed versus the world. All-ins, but again, Zillion ultimate. Jace gets all in by the Shyvana. She nearly kills him. He is going to flash away, and he will get away because of the movement speed and stuff. Karthus ult coming down. Will it get anything? Probably not. No, but it does a ton of damage, and that does open up the potential for... whoa! There's the snipe, baby. Really nice by the Shyvana. Karthus now by himself. Little bit messy play happening here. Riven was split pushing, does manage to get a tower. But again, why is the team with the Baron and the advantage just being all alone? And again, this is a challenger team, so there is some thought to what they're doing. Boom. Nice snipe. There is some thought to what they're doing, but mistakes still happen. These guys are still human. Riven has eventually outscaled the Sion now, by the way. Took her quite a while, but she was getting ganked quite a lot, so it's not surprising. And what that does is forces the enemy team to deal with this. Is that, you know, they may have wanted to push, getting a couple kills here and there. They can't, because they needed to deal with the Riven, otherwise she was going to get an inhib. And I will say the weakness of AP Shyvana is when she doesn't have a dragon, it's not great. So that's the weakness. Tankage, I think, has just killed himself again. Yep, he's dead. But it should actually make the enemy team die too. Zed going for the Draven. Draven, not dead, I don't think, anymore. If he didn't heal, he would have been. But he's now alive. And eventually, or finally, we should say, this opens up this inhib. I've been waiting for this team to get this inhib since really it was available. Oh, interesting play by the Zed. He is probably dead. Yeah. But he went for the Draven. He did kill the Draven. Boom, nice damage by the Zed, by the Jace. He did kill the Draven, but then Zillion ult saved him. Was that all-in worth it? Questionable. Karthus has now opened up this part of the base. He does end up getting it. Draven going for the all-in, but that damage, even again, that was E. He hit 1 or 2 Qs, sure, but he finished off the Draven with his E. Alistair, I don't... Okay, he does finish him off, but I thought that might have been pretty close. Karthus, will he hit 1? He does, but it's when he's a little bit too far away, and it's combined damage with minions, so he doesn't get the solo damage of Q. Again, the way Karthus Q works is it does more damage if it's a singular target that it's hitting. If you're hitting 3 champions or 3 minions with 1 Q, doesn't do that much damage. To maximize it, you need to be hitting individual targets. I got really weirded out then. I thought that was like Riven TP or something. Okay, it wasn't. It was Jayce. And remember, this is Jayce teleport bot lane. It wasn't heal. So it's still playing, you know, he's done the standard Jayce build. Shyvana coming in with the E. Boom! Half damage to the Jayce. Tahm Kench, I think, is dead again. Jayce just trying to maximize his damage. Flank potentially on from the bot side. So keep watching this team fight as we go. Riven coming in potentially from the top side. She is just running away. And Tahm has died 11 times. Zed has found himself a dragon. She's Zhonya's, which actually might have just killed her. Nope, she's going to run away, and they're a bit too scared because the enemy team was blocking. But while all this is going on, while they're out of their base, Riven gets a nice... Karthus gets a kill, maybe with his ultimate. They are now killing them as the enemy team is trying to run back into their base. Because again, when people are focused on running away, they're not killing you, right? So that's when you can make the most of it, and then you can kill them for free. Because the enemy team right now is desperate of, well, we've got to get back to stop this. And that opens up you just to finish them off. So yeah, really nice and clean play by the blue team, if we're honest. They do kill Sion once again, so it doesn't matter how much armor this guy has, and even Gargoyle. He's still Sion. He still has his weaknesses. Alright, Dragon is nearly on, so watch that space. Draven goes for a flash play. So clean by that Zed. Oh my god. He dodged the... he actually dodged the Draven auto attack by ulting him. That was really cool. Again, this is why I like also spectating challenger players, because you just don't see that often. You know, in my rating, you don't really see that. Maybe 1 in 50 games, but you see those type of plays nearly in every game in challenger. Again, that's one of the biggest difference. Riven goes in, really clean engage, 1v3. No Shyvana Dragon, so she is now a lot less of a threat than she was. Karthus finishes her off. Sion is going on a little bit of a jog, and that is going to be the game. So Jayce itself bot lane, I'll say, pretty good. He ended 13-7, so a pretty damn good score. But what I would say is this lane, I think, potentially would even be stronger into other matchups. The Draven-Alistar matchup, I think, was a good counter to Jayce Tahm Kench. If this was a squishier lane, a lane that didn't have an Alistar, so it couldn't deal with engage or have good engage itself, I think the Jayce Tahm would have just snowballed even more. But they still did well. It was a kind of crazy fiesta game. A lot going on, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Also, a little worth noting, I know it wasn't the focus of this game. The Riven came back from, what, 0-3 to 8-7, gold-wise, 13,200, beating her lane opponent by nearly 3,000 gold. Bot lane, by the way, he did get beat by the Draven in gold. Not surprising, though. A couple more kills, and obviously Draven passive gives himself a lot of gold with more farm. But I'm impressed. You know, this has made me think that if I want to do a little bit of a quirky game in the upcoming Iron to Diamond series, I'm in the bot lane. I've got an engaging support like a Leona, Alistar, or maybe even a Tahm Kench. It might open up the opportunity for me to play Jayce bot lane. I would not play it with something passive, though. I wouldn't play it with a Soraka, a Sona, anything like that, because I think that doesn't mix very well. But yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys enjoy, throw a like on the video. Comment down below what champions you want to see next. Again, there probably won't be an episode of Challenger Spectate for maybe at least a week, because both upcoming series, Climb to Master and Iron to Diamond, are 8 placement games. That's how many. There's no longer 10, there's 8. So probably for the next week, or just over a week, you're going to be just getting placement games. Iron to Diamond, every single game is going to be uploaded, and obviously Climb to Master, we will pick and choose a little bit, but most of them will be too. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, throw a like on it, subscribe, ding the bell if you want YouTube to try and work for you, and I'll see you guys next time.